Hi there. I'm going to be reading a chapter book, Little House in the Big Woods. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, 60 years ago, a little girl lived in the big woods of Wisconsin in a little gray house made of logs. The great dark trees of the big woods stood all around the house, and beyond them were other trees, and beyond them were more trees. As a man could go to the north in a day or a week or a month, there was nothing but woods. There were no houses. There were no roads. There were no people. There were only trees and wild animals who had their homes among them. Wolves lived in the big woods, and bears and huge wild cats. Muskrats and mink and otter lived by the streams. Foxes had dens in the hills, and deer roamed everywhere. To the east of the little log house, to the west, there were miles upon miles of trees, and only a few little log houses scattered far apart in the edge of the big woods. So as far as the little girl could see, there was only one little house where she lived with her father and mother, her sister Mary, and her baby sister Carrie. A wagon track ran before the house, turning and twisting out of sight in the woods where the wild animals lived, but the little girl did not know where it went, nor what it might be at the end of it. The little girl was named Laura, and she called her father Pa and her mother Ma. In those days, in that place, children did not say father or mother, nor mama or papa as they do now. At night, when Laura lay awake in the trundle bed, she listened and could not hear anything at all but the sounds of trees whispering together. Sometimes, far away in the night, a wolf howled. Then he came near and howled again. It was a scary sound. Laura knew that the woods would eat little girls, but she was safe inside the solid log walls. Her father's gun hung over the door, and good old Jack, the brindle bulldog, lay on guard before it. Her father would say, "Go to sleep, Laura. Jack won't let the wolves in." So Laura snuggled under the covers of the trundle bed, close beside Mary, and went to sleep. One night her father picked her up out of bed and carried her to the window, so that she might see the wolves. There were two of them sitting in front of the house. They looked like shaggy dogs. They pointed their noses at the big bright moon and howled. Jack paced up and down before the door, growling. The hair stood along his back, and he showed his sharp, fierce teeth to the wolves. They howled, but they could not get in. The house was a comfortable house. Upstairs was a large attic, pleasant room to play in when the rain droomed on the roof. Downstairs was a small bedroom and a big room. The bedroom had a window that was closed with a wooden shutter. The big room had two windows with glass in the panes. It had two doors, a front door and a back door. All around the house was a crooked rail fence to keep the bears and the deer away. In the yard in front of the house were two beautiful oak trees. Every morning, as soon as she awoke, Laura ran to look at the window, and one morning she saw each of the big trees a dead deer hanging from the branch. Pa had shot the deer the day before, and Laura had been asleep when he brought them home at night, hung them in the trees so the wolves could not get the meat. I'm going to stop there. But if you'd like to read this book, it is Little House in the Big Woods.